So I was scouring the internet and I was looking for old quotes from billionaires, which I believe are connected to BlackRock Incorporated and Vanguard, which are just investment banks. And David Rockefeller's got a pedigree history as a billionaire banker. And over the years, he's made a lot of quotations. A lot of people have read and been inspired by some of the things that he's said. And they've sort of hung on his every word. So they kind of believe that when he makes a quotation, it's of merit. Now, I love this quotation because I believe that when he made this quotation, I think it was a projection of what's to come. I'm just going to read it with you. We are on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and all the nations will accept the New World Order. Now, there can be no doubt now that everybody is aware that this New World Order is well and truly coming. It's not going to take a backward step. It is moving forward. This is man's attempt at his own new world order. And I think this is to cloud the waters because he knows that God is making his own new world order available to the whole world, those that want it, in the form of the Messianic kingdom. And I think that this is man's attempt to have a go himself. And what you have to ask yourself is, what is the right major crisis? Why isn't a worldwide pandemic a major crisis and enough to get everybody to accept the New World Order? Well, maybe they thought that that was. Maybe they were under the impression that that was all it was going to take and people would accept the New World Order. But it didn't work out like that. And I'll tell you why. Because Anthony Fauci was found out to have been a liar. And Rand Paul was the one that was going after him and found him out, amongst others. So let's just say that that was a failure, that first attempt at scaring the world into accepting the New World Order. And they weren't happy about it. And so your Rockefellers and your Rothschilds, they got together with all their investment banking friends and thought they need something else. Well, let's just say that what's happening in the world right now in the world leads to World War III. Would that be the right major crisis that would get the world to accept tyranny and martial law and jump through hoops for the global elites? Is that what he was meaning? So they've made a few mistakes, and I always knew they would. I knew that those that were planning this New World Order, BlackRock Incorporated and Vanguard Incorporated, who sit right on the top of the pyramid of power, I knew they would make mistakes. I've seen those mistakes, and they are so blatant. Now, additionally, I've always believed that man will start the final war, what we call the war to end all wars. He starts it. Well, let's just say he starts this war with the intention of bringing the whole world into his new world order, and it goes wrong because he doesn't bank on the fact that God's messianic kingdom has decided that man's world rule domination is about to come to the end. And that is what he doesn't bank on. Now, I know these are really fearful times. We really don't know how many casualties are going to occur, but you can't have a war of that proportion and what David Rockefeller was projecting as a crisis. You can't have that kind of crisis in the world without there being huge casualties. But you know something? I believe that those powers that be, those investment bankers, they don't care about how many people die. They really don't care at all because they are literally lovers of Lucifer. And if they love Lucifer, they are going to do everything they can to protect what he has given them. But as always, I always like to say that my heart always goes out to anybody that is caught up in any warfare that is a complete neutrality person who does not have any leanings for any particular cause. It just completely wants to stay out of it. In other words, learn war no more. We were told to do that, but we didn't. Now, any opinions on this about David Rockefeller's quote? And if you look at some of the other quotes that he's made, you can clearly see that he puts a lot of separation between his kind and our kind. He puts a heck of a lot of separation. Um, does he have disdain for those that are under him? I don't know. Perhaps he does, because he's made it. Maybe he belongs to the special club. Maybe he's part of the Illuminati, Freemasons, who keep everything, all their secrets together. I don't know. It is possible. But I've always believed that those that are running this world currently are of Freemason persuasion. And the whole world is lying in the power of not just the wicked one being Satan, but his underlings, his helpers on the earth, who could well be all these people that are trying to get us into this tyranny and martial law and this new world order. What do you think, peeps? What do you think?